Welcome to my kcse vision channel. Teacher James Marita, the Girls Boys High School. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell. You get notified once I upload a new video. We are looking at kcse vision and mathematics, and our topic is commercial arithmetic. Mr. Mbuda, a deputy inspector in the police service, earns a basic salary of Kenya shillings 47,000. Then he has a tax allowances. One, we have a house allowance of Kenya shillings 22,000, a commit allowance of Kenya shillings 80,000, and the risk allowance of Kenya shillings 9,000. So we have tax allowances, house allowance, the commit allowance, and then we have the risk allowances. He has also a life insurance policy for which he pays 6,000 per month. And in this 6,000 per month, he is being given a relief of 15%. So we are going to calculate the 15% of 6,000. We see how much relief he gets per month from the life insurance policy. Then he is also entitled to a personal relief of Kenya shillings 1,160. So we have two reliefs here. We have a life insurance policy relief of 15% of 6,000, and then we have a personal relief of 1,162 per month. In the table, we have been given the monthly income in Kenya shillings, and during that year, the rate was given in terms of percentage. So we have 10%, 15%, 20%, and then we have 30%. So using the table above, using now this table, you can see clearly on the screen, determine Mr. Mbutai's monthly taxable income. We know that the taxable income, monthly taxable income, is equivalent to, it is the basic salary plus taxable allowances. So we have the taxable allowances. We have the taxable allowances. In this, Mr. Mbuta, he has no exemption. So there is no amount here that which is exempted from taxation. So he has no exemption. So the taxable income remains as the basic salary plus the taxable allowances. So he has a basic salary of 47,000. So we have a basic salary of 47,000, a house allowance of 22,000. We have a house allowance of 32,000. Then we have a commit allowance of 80,000. Then we have a risk allowance of 9,000. So we have a risk allowance of 9,000. And if you add all that one, you will get a total of his taxable income of Kenya shillings 86,000. So that one will give a total taxable income of Kenya shillings. Then we have this is 86,000. So this is the money which is being taxed. So Roman 2, calculate the net tax paid by Mr. Mbuda per month. Calculate the net tax paid by Mr. Mbuda per month. So you can look at this value here. Our value here, which is 86,000, and on the table the tax is being given up to 38,893. So any value which is above 38,893, the rate is just 30%. And you can see now our value here is above 38,893. So in the first case, we have from 0 shillings to 10 and 164. So what is the tax paid? So we have this is 10, then we have 164. The rate is given in terms of percentage. So we have 10 all over 100. So we have this is 10 over 100, which is giving us 0.1. We have this 1 over 100. This one is giving us 0.15. This one over 100 is giving us 0.2. Then over this over 100, we get this one as 0.25. And then finally we have over 100, and this one is giving us 0.3. So in the first case, we have that times now 0.1. So if you calculate that times 0.1 is giving us, this is 10, 16.4 and 40 cents. So next we have 19,740 minus 10,164. That one will give us a difference of 9,000, a difference of 9,576. So we have 9,576 times the rate given here. The rate given here is 0.15. So we have 0.15, and that one now will give an equivalent of 1,336, 1,436, and then we have 40 cents and 40 cents. Next we have 29,316. You subtract 19,940. That one will give us a difference of 9,576 times the rate. The rate given here is 0.2. So we have this as 0.2, and that one will give us equivalent to 1,915. 1,915, and then we have 20 cents. We have this one at 20 cents. Next we have 38,892 minus 29,316. That one also gives a difference of 9,576. This one multiplied by this rate. The rate is just 0.25. So we have 0.25, and that one will give amount equivalent to be 2,294. So we have this is 2,394. Now we have this value here. Our value here is above 38,892. So here where we have this one above, we can have our value here. So this one here, we can take our 86,000. So we have 86, we have this as 86,000. And if now you take 86,000 minus 38,892, that one will give a difference of 4,000, a difference of 4,710. So we are getting that difference of 4,710. So in that case now we take 4,710 times the rate. The rate given here is 30%. So we have this as 0.3, and that one now will give us 14,132. 14,132, and then we have 40 cents. So we have these values here, then we are now supposed to find the total. Add this one plus this one plus this one plus this one plus this one. So we get totals here. We have a total, and if you add all this one here, they will give us a total of 1,894. So this one is giving us 20,894 and 40 cents. This is what you have. But now, this is not the net tax. To get the net tax is equals to B. So we have net tax is equals to D. It is the total tax minus, in this case, relief. So in our question here, we have two types of relief. We have an insurance relief, of which is being relieved 15% of the amount. So we need to calculate the 15% insurance relief. So we have two reliefs here. We have an insurance relief. Insurance relief is just 15% of that 6,000. and that one is giving us 900. So we get now the total reliefs. Total reliefs now, we have a personal relief of 1,162 plus the insurance relief of plus an insurance relief of 900. And if you add the two, you give us 2,062. So you get 2,062. Now to get the net tax is the total tax minus relief. Our total tax is 2,894 minus 894 and 40 cents minus the total relief of 2,062. So if you calculate that, you get the net tax as Kenya shillings, which is equivalent to the 18,832 and 40 cents. 18,842 and 40 cents. This is the net tax paid by Mr. Buddha. Remember, this is the tax is our main deduction. So the second question we have been given that Mr. Buddha also had the following deduction. Remember, this tax is our main deduction. So apart from having these deductions, we have others. For example, we have a sample loan. We have a circle loan of 1,000. We have a circle loan of 1,000 of Kenya shillings 1,000. A circle loan of Kenya shillings 1,000. Then we have WCPS of 2% of his basic salary. So this one is 2% of basic salary. The basic salary is 47,000, and that one is giving us 940. Then we have the NIGF, a deduction which is of 1,500. So we are supposed to determine Mr. Mbutai's net monthly salary. So from here we need to have the total deductions. So we have total deductions. Our total deductions here in this case we have the total deductions we have. First of all, we have this one as our main deduction.